Come on in, everyone. Come on in as we are here for a special video. I know we've been calling them car talks, car rants, call them whatever you want. Car talks without the car. I really don't even know if I'm going to get through this whole video or get through everything I want to say in this video because there's really so much to say. So much happened over the weekend with Ready to Love. It's just proving the point that I was talking about on my last video, that most of the drama for this season with Ready to Love happened off camera. I'm pretty clear about it. That's why there's a lot of things unexplained when we're watching on TV, because there's things that happen before we see certain behaviors and we're confused by it. So I'm confused by it, and I know a lot of you guys are confused by it too. So as we get new information in, I want us to all come back and try to then weave that new information in to what we thought, what we saw, what we heard. And this weekend, the biggest information came from this whole debacle going on with Alonzo and Patrice. And I don't know, be honest with y'all, I'm struggling right now because I feel like I'm short on time because I got to go to work today. What I need to talk about first. What I need to talk about first. I'm going to tell you this. I got two things to talk about. One is I want to talk about the behavior of Alonzo, right? I do want to talk about the behavior of Alonzo. I want to talk to you about what I think about that video that I put up over the weekend, where he has this confessional that he made last year in October. So what he's telling us he did was, after the reunion and he saw how things went down, he was unhappy with the way the conversation went in the reunion. I'll say this, from what I'm hearing in the background, from what I'm hearing from Alonzo, from what we heard about from Will, there were a whole lot of arguments that we didn't see. There were a whole lot of accusations that we didn't see. In fact, I'm hearing that it was so much chatter about the Alexis situation with Mika. I heard it was even worse than what we saw. And now we're hearing this other conversation that Alonzo is talking about with Patrice. And then what we're seeing is a lot of this was cut out. And it probably had to be cut out because the conversations and accusations that were going on, they probably couldn't be aired. They probably could. That's maybe why they ended up sticking in all these confessionals, because it sounds like so much of the conversation at the reunion, they couldn't air it. Because let me tell you, there could be a lot of people getting sued. So let me just say here right now, and I want to be sure I don't say too many things because there's no proof of this stuff. This is just people just talking. This is also people just talking for people we know who have been known liars and lied in the past. And let me get this straight. Everyone on this season has lied. So I don't want anyone saying, oh, this person lied. I agree. Everyone has lied. And that's why it takes even a higher level of scrutiny, because there's so many lies. There's so much stuff going off camera that we hadn't heard about. But when I was sitting and saying, wow, should I just wait to do this video until I have more time? But there was a part in my spirit that said, no, I've got to go on camera right now and at least do the part that I like to do with women, and that is the warning. The warning. We're going to really talk about Alonzo, his behavior, what he did, right? We're going to talk about, a lot of you had questions about, you didn't agree with me when I talked about intent, Alonzo's intent. You feel as if he's malicious from the beginning. That's fine. That's fine, because just like I told Alonzo that it doesn't even matter what your intent is. All that matters is the impact. That's kind of how I am with y'all. That's how, everybody wants to say, well, his intent isn't good. I'm not going to argue over whether or not you believe his intent is good or his intent is bad, because all I care about is the impact. Please get that straight, people. Even if Alonzo were sitting here in front of my face, I would tell him, I don't care about your intent. What I care about is your impact. Okay, that is what I care about, and that's what my video was about. But there's a lot of people who want to keep dragging me back to keep debating whether his intent is good or bad. I don't care. I don't care. All I care about is the impact. All I care is about his impact on women, and all I care about to women is warning you of staying out of the way of men like the Alonzos, staying out of the way of the men, like the Larons, everything. And here we are once again. Here we are. When I talk about my warnings, here we are, me sitting here in this chair, having to deliver another warning to a woman about accepting gifts prematurely. Let's break it all down, y'all, because really all of this stuff that's going on is not only about the shenanigans of Lonzo, which is pretty deep, which is pretty concerning, which can get him put in jail. Okay, lots of things that Alonzo is doing out here in the street has done. Let's be honest, the prisons are paved with men who go and say, well, it wasn't my intent to kill the grocery store clerk, but the gun would all I was coming to do was get some money so I could feed my kids. All I was trying to do was steal a loaf of bread, but then the person came up on me and then I hit him with a brick and he died. I don't care about your intent. I care about the impact. The impact resulted in harm. So now here I am sitting again talking about whether Alonzo's intent to give Patrice the key was of good intent. See, here we are again. I gave her the key to show her that I was committed to her. That was, he says, his intent is. But the impact then becomes, it actually became the way that she discovered that he was all about nothing in the shenanigans. Well, listen. I got to go back to the accepting of the gift. I got to go back to accepting something from a person when that person has not proven to you that he's trustworthy yet. Okay? When the danger of you accepting the gift is dangerous to you when you haven't even decided you're all in with that guy. You see, we went over this with Maya, accepting from LaRon, but talking to men in the clubs. And now here we are again, talking about Patrice accepting a key from Alonzo, even though she was still maybe talking to William. Now, people may say Alonzo's lying. He's lying. She wasn't really talking to William anymore. I don't know, because we also had LaRon on the channel and talked about how Patrice was over there rubbing his feet and cleaning his house. So we've heard from several different men telling us that Patrice has been hanging on and talking to other men. So now we have Patrice, who has accepted a gift from a man, Alonzo, who has shenanigans, who can't be trusted, who has a sketchy past, who we've seen have less than favorable conversations with women. In this confessional that Alonzo does, he starts to talk about how this other woman, the woman that became the center of the whole, whatever we want to call it, that woman at one time, he says in his confessional, he had to file a police report on her because she was going around saying that he practically did the R word to her. He had to protect himself. That's what he's saying. People have dropped down in my comments saying that months ago it was on the Facebook group that this woman talked about rough sex. Now we remember Alonzo talking about choked or spanked. See how this picture is coming together? We have a lady who mentions it. We have Koshia who's mentioned it. Okay, I don't know. Patrice may have her own stories with it. But once again, we have all this chatter, all this conversation about a person. But what does the female do? What does the woman do? She goes ahead and accepts gifts from this man, right? Even though she doesn't really want to be committed to him all the way, she's still doing her thing slightly. But yes, she's accepted a gift. And once again, she was put in danger in so many ways. Because like we said, when men are volatile, when men get angry, when you call them out, when men can't be trusted, you're in danger when you're accepting gifts from them. Risa Tessa, okay? And you're accepting gifts to their house. That's a gift. It is a gift. And let me tell you, when you accept gifts from men, I want to tell women, stop believing it doesn't come with expectations. It does. It does. One thing I figured out about Alonzo is once Alonzo really figures out you've been playing him, once Alonzo figures out you've been using him, he goes to the nasty place. The nasty place. It gets real low down, dirty, and nasty, and you don't want to be nowhere around. It's the same thing I said about LaRon. But here again, it's the same scenario. It is of a man with a sketchy past who's been known a liar, who there's enough evidence out there to show he's done similar things to other women. You've seen it, but you've ignored it. Then you accept the gift from them. And they have expectations of you. The man has expectations of you, but their expectations you don't want to abide by, you don't agree with, you're not ready for, but you accept the gift anyway. Then they find out that you're not abiding by their agreement. They get upset, and then what do? They cuss you out. They abuse you emotionally. They abuse you all kind of other different ways. And then you guys want me to get on my channel and only talk about the men. I'ma talk about the warning. Don't do it. Stop accepting gifts from men, okay, that you don't have enough information on, that you don't know enough about, that you don't have a level of trust with. Please, ladies, like I said, I don't have enough time to go into everything I want to talk about. And so I'm going to probably have to break this whole video up into several different sections. But the most important part, before I really get into it, because it's really deep, I wanted to get this SOS, this warning out to any woman out there right now. And you're in the situation where you're currently accepting a gift from a man that you do not even really want to be in a committed relationship with them. You do not know enough about him. You do not understand him. You've heard other things about him. You've seen other things about him. Stop accepting the gifts. The gifts put you in even more danger. Being there, period, you're in danger. But once you start accepting the gifts, it's even more danger. Please, ladies, please. Whatever they're giving you, you do not need it that much. I don't care about what people were saying that Patrice accepted the key because it was closer to her other job and she wanted to have a lesser commute. I don't care. You've lived your whole life prior to meeting this man without this gift. You can survive. Patrice did not need to use Alonzo's house as a crash pad, especially when it comes with this much danger with her not knowing who this man is. And like I said, it doesn't even matter what Alonzo tells me his intent was. He's going to tell us that his intent was that I was really trying to establish a relationship of trust with Patrice. But then it went afoul. I found out that she was also still talking to William. Patrice found out that he was still talking to women in his past. But listen, Alonzo, I never told her I was going to stop talking to these women. Exactly. So you've accepted a gift from a man in which the understanding wasn't clear. You've accepted a gift, but you don't even know the terms of the contract. You don't even know the terms of the contract. You've sealed the deal by exchanging something of monetary value, meaning cash, or a key to someone's apartment, but yet it is not clear on the rules of the game. The rules of the game, the rules of your contract with that man are not clear. Alonzo had one set of rules and Patrice had another set of rules, but yet they're exchanging favors and gifts. Why? When you exchange a favor and a gift, it means an acceptance of a contract. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know if you guys know the legal system, right? But most contracts require a couple of things. They not only require you to sign on the dotted line or agreement, it also it causes you to exchange something of value. That's why sometimes when people execute contracts, they simply even exchange $1, because it's the monetary value of something that binds the contract. It's just not your words. It may not even be just your signature on a contract. I'm a landlord. If I sign a lease with you, I signed a lease, but if I never deliver the keys to you, let's say you signed the lease today and I say, okay, come back and get the keys tomorrow. Let's say you come back and get the keys. You come back to get the keys tomorrow, but I say, nope, I decided I'm not going to give you the keys. And you say, well, wait a minute. We signed an agreement. I said, yeah, but I didn't take any money from you. You didn't give me a deposit, and I never gave you the keys. So I never really executed the contract. But once I take money from you, once I give you keys, we have binded that contract. And if you haven't read the contract, you could be in danger. And what Patrice did was Patrice accepted keys from Alonzo, and she binded herself to a contract in which she didn't know the rules. And that is very, very dangerous. So I get back and say, I don't care about the intent of Alonzo, whether he was giving her the keys to his apartment because some of you believe he was setting her up or he wanted to get control over her. That's fine. Or whether he wants to go with what he was saying. I was giving her the keys because I wanted her to know that I was committed to her. But in his mind, commitment doesn't mean I then don't talk to these other women. And I don't want to hear about he had sex with the woman back in April or May when Ready to Love just started. Probably half them men, if not more of them men, were having sex with a woman back in April or May before they got onto Ready to Love. What do women think? That men are sitting around here before you meet them celibate? No, I know a lot of people are in this celibate game, but a lot of men are not on the celibate game. So when you meet them, let it be known, ladies, more than likely he's having sex with another woman. I don't know if he's her girlfriend. I don't know if she's just a booty call or a situationship. I don't know. But for you to meet a man in 2024 and you believe that prior to you guys having an agreement of commitment and being one-on-one, that he's just not having sex with another woman, that is naive. Like I said, I really don't have time to go into everything on this video. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about it all because there's a lot to talk about. But what I want to get out right now was the warning. Be aware, lady. Give the gifts back and stop receiving them. That's it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.